How are you doing? Is it been a long wait out there?
Hi there, Miss Alya. I'm doing well, Alhamdulillah, and no, it hasn't. I've been waiting well and patiently. It's fine.
Okay, good to hear that. We are delighted to have you here today.
It's been an honor to be able to be present here today as well.
I hope you are settled and comfortable. Is your connection okay over there?
Hopefully, it'll be okay.
Okay. All right, let's begin with our interview. Would you tell me a bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Aida Sofia Binti Ahmad ZAKI, but most people would recognize me as Aida. This year, I am 20 years old, and I was born on the 3rd of March in the year 2000 in Miri, Sarawak. I have about four siblings and a mom. Currently, I live in Serembantu, Negeri Sembilan, and I also live in Taman Tun Dr. Ismail in Kuala Lumpur, which makes it very flexible if your company decides to recruit me in either states. I am currently studying in my final year of my diploma in business studies at University Technology Mara Rembau campus, which is situated in Negeri Sembilan. If I am able to obtain an above 3.5 GPA this semester, I am expected to graduate with a diploma and the Vice Chancellor Award. I'm also planning to pursue my degree abroad, and the intake is in September, which is why I'm applying for this job position as I would like to gain experience in the working industry.
Okay. Can I know what is your greatest weakness?
Well, my greatest weakness is my laziness. Sorry, my laziness. I tend to procrastinate a lot. However, I do find myself um, doing so very more often during this pandemic. I'm usually pretty responsible when it comes to doing my work. So I wouldn't say that I am that lazy. I just tend to get distracted with other responsibilities such as house chores and attending to my family needs instead of focusing on doing my academic related work. However, I do believe that my weakness is also where my strengths come from. As much as I procrastinate, I am able to get the work done on time and also maintain or even improve the quality of my work. Because whenever my tasks are nearing their deadlines, I am able to come up with greater and better ideas than what I initially drafted. So, all sorts of new ideas come through thanks to the help of pressure and finishing the assignments on time. And to simplify everything, my greatest weakness is my procrastination, but it is also my strength as this is also another way of how my creativity, critical thinking, and innovative skills will show.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm sure that you had experienced stress and pressure. Can I know how do you handle that?
Of course. Thank you so much, Miss Alia. I really, really like this question.
Mhm.
So, when a lot of work is given to me, I always jot them down in a small notebook which I carry with me no matter where I go, regardless of occasion. Then, after the work is given, assuming if after meetings or during calls or spontaneous encounters, I would immediately rearrange the task according to its priority. I will Most of the time I will strategically plan them based on several factors such as the deadline, the weight of the task, the level of difficulty, and whether it is an individual work or the work I need to delegate to a group of people. So, after over 2 years of doing my diploma, I've involved myself in a lot of clubs and event projects. I was a secretary of the student council, head of the multimedia department of my faculty club, also temporarily the head of multi as well for an international event organized by the student council, and I'm also an active member for two other clubs. So I assure you that I still run my duties as a student and I'm also a responsible group mate in many of my group assignments. I like to lead discussions for any occasion if I believe that there's no progress or if there's no discussion that's going productive. In other words, sometimes when I feel like the discussion is not productive, I would try to lead the discussion. So from there, I will still be able to get my assignments done on time and give full cooperation to my teammates. So, as a student who strives to excel in her studies and being an active member in many societies and clubs, I've also gained a tolerable amount of experiences in managing pressure and my stress levels while balancing between my studies and also the excessive amount of curricular activities.
Okay. We're moving forward to the next question. Can you tell me and describe what is your work style?
I would say that my work style is quite flexible because I have a habit of setting targets for any task given, even if I'm not the person in charge. Because a few months back, I did a part time job for a month with Aziata, and I was in the humanomics department doing EKYC data entries. We were divided into two batches in the part time department, the new part timers, and also those who have worked for longer periods. So my batch only had four people at the time, and I discussed with my team, and we've agreed to work together to achieve our team target of going through 1,000 users per day. Our best achievement that time was over 1,700 users in 7 hours. Another instance is that during group assignments as well for my academics, I like to go through the guidelines of the assignments and divide the workload of each part of for our group, and according to the weight of the assignment and also the difficulty level. My apologies. In terms of flexibility, is that I allow everyone to choose their own task, whether it's the easy workload or the tougher one, because I am flexible. I don't mind. So I will take whatever part is left, whether or not it is within my field of understanding. And all in all, I will make sure that I find a way to ensure that I can still deliver great outcomes from my part of the task. So that's all.
Okay. Can you tell me what are your patterns?
I would say that my passions is that I am very passionate when it comes to reading, especially when it comes to self knowledge, self spiritually, and development. I don't read a lot due to the tight schedule of my online classes and the number of activities stuck in between the gaps. However, I do enjoy reading things that can actually benefit me to be aware of. For instance, I don't know. Recently, I've been trying to get myself into knowing more about autism. I don't know more. I don't know
Mm,
much about autism, but I do acknowledge that there are several types of people who are born on the spectrum. Hence, I want to be able to raise awareness for myself solely of interest and to actually understand the situations these people go through. So aside from them, I've also read other books too that I try to indulge myself in, such as The Art of Letting God, The Reputation Game, and a few other books that's related to the field.
okay. What motivates you?
What really motivates me? Honestly, great teammates will always motivate me to do better. When I see others giving their fullest commitment into creating greatest outcomes, sorry, my apologies. When I see other people giving their greatest, fullest commitments to give the best outcomes, it becomes a big factor to me to strive better and be a better person. Hence, I am able to see that, and my apologies for my stuttering because I'm quite
Okay,
nervous for this interview.
it's
Okay,
okay.
so all in all, I'm able to see that an organization will only be strong and influential if its internal team is great, has great teamwork, has great work ethics, and also exceptional performances. However, aside from having a strong team to work with, I would like to also say that my mother is also a factor to my motivation because I have the abilities to organize. I actually do have the abilities to organize and keep myself cool on my own. But when I am really at the verge of giving it all up, when I feel like I want to give up, my mom is able to rationalize with me and put me back in my neutral, rational state. So, what motivates me is that she is a working mom. So, to be able to provide and attend to her children's needs and also attend to multiple meetings all in the same time, she really inspires me to work harder and smarter just so that I can be as amazing as the person she is.
Okay. Moving forward, can I know why do you think you are the best person for this job?
Thank you, Miss Alia. So I believe that I would be the best person for this job is because I think I am a great team player. I am easily passionate for a lot of things depending on the environment of the workplace. So when I am passionate, I will give my all to ensure that the outcomes are up to par for our selected audience or market. So for every meetings, discussions, or even postmortems, it would be rare of me to not say something, regardless whether if it's an opinion, new ideas, or suggestions to overcome obstacles. I like to find information which I believe um, can be useful for the team or the company and improvise them to better suit in achieving the company's long-term or short-term goals.
Okay. How do you handle if you have challenges?
Well, it really depends. There are times where I am given challenges indirectly. There are also times where I am challenged negatively. But all in all, I accept challenges and perceive them as an opportunity to grow stronger as an individual and potential world class leader.
Okay. What strategies would you use to motivate your team?
Okay, so for your information, I have an approximately 1 year of experience in becoming the head of department for my faculty club. And
Mhm.
fortunately, I was able to identify several strategies in motivating my team members as well as maintaining their loyalty towards the club and department. So sorry, to clarify in advance, um, the club only recruits students who portray to have potentials in bringing the club into a better position. So my department is the multimedia department, and everyone possesses at least the basic form of knowledge in editing. So I've encountered about three strategies which I found very useful. The first strategy is by portraying a good example as the team leader, or in other words, try to become a role model to your teammates. I would usually try my best to participate by giving a bunch of suggestions and opinions whenever the club is having a meeting. And from there I will be able to inspire my teammates to voice out their thoughts and also ideas if they have any. In relation to the first strategy, my second strategy would be by being inclusive of my teammates' participation in any discussions the club is having. So, for example, whenever we are having postmortems, meetings, and so on, the high committees or project managers will usually call out the heads of every department to say a word or two. However, my strategy is by asking my team to voice out their views and perceptions. I will call their names one by one and ask them to like say anything they want to say, their ideas if they have any, before I actually start saying anything. Because I tend to do this because I want to be able to assure my team that their voices matter also, and not just those who have higher positions. Because sometimes active club members also have better ideas than those who hold positions in the committee hierarchy. And I believe in inclusivity and that everyone deserves an opportunity to grow and shine regardless of their position of the department. And last but not least, after every task given to my department is complete, I will always put an effort to give the appropriate acknowledgements for each of my teammates' work and effort, because this is so that they are given proper credits for their hard work, especially in editing montages, designing posters, planning time frames. Time frames in a short and tight time span. So with all of these strategies combined, I believe it really helped in maintaining my team's loyalty as well as inspire them to do better.
Okay, next question. What role have you played in team situation?
Well, to really begin with everything, I've played multiple roles in many, many situations, thankfully, and I'm very grateful for that. A few of the roles that I've played in would be being the head of department for multimedia, assistant project manager, and also a game master for my curricular activities. So I believe the head of department and assistant project manager really speaks for itself. So I hope you can allow me to further clarify for the game master role. So During my second and third semester of my diploma, I became the game master twice for my public speaking co-curricular subject. For said subject, we were required to plan an event related to the subject. Hence, for 2 semesters, we ran an event called the Speakables, which was held in a primary school in Rembau and a secondary school in Port Dickson. The the event basically circulates around the basis of teaching kids how to boost up their confidence when speaking in English in public. And game masters are individuals who are the leading person in charge of a certain slot for the event. So basically, for the first event, I suggested that we do treasure hunt, which encapsulates on tasks that circles around the language English. And I helped in planning out each task with other students who were also in the subject. And for the next and final event of the Speakables, I was the game master for a session I suggested, which is called Toastmasters, whereby participants are given 3 different tasks in planning, presenting, and speaking 2 types of speeches in front of a crowd. And also, the 2 speeches were impromptu speeches and prepared speech. So that's all for the.
Okay, moving forward to the last question. How do you feel about working in a team?
Well, on it all, based on my experiences, I am happy to be able to work with different people ranging from many courses and personalities. It really helped me to deal with many obstacles in which I think would be really beneficial for me in the workforce. So for your company, I would be thrilled and very delighted to join your team.
Okay, that's all the questions. How are you feeling?
I feel relieved after this interview. Before the interview, I was very nervous, but Alhamdulillah, I feel better now.
Okay. It's been a pleasure interviewing you. Just know that regardless whether or not we'll recruit you as an employee, you will receive an email from our HR department in about 2 weeks' time. Before we end, is there anything you would like to say or
Uh,
ask?
Not really, but I do want to say I really hope you can reconsider me as your employee because I would be really delighted to be a part of the team.
Okay. Okay. Thank you again for your absence, for your presence today. Sorry. It really has been a great pleasure. Have a nice day, Miss Aida.
All right, thank you, Miss Alya. Goodbye.